One second. And hello, I am Demon Johnston, aka Naomi Wynters, singer, songwriter, drag entertainer, licensed cosmetologist, ordained spiritualist. And I come to you with love, light, and healing energy, transmuting any and all negativity, binding any and all evil eye, taking that transmuted energy and using it to fuel our prosperity, fertilize our abundance, and fortify our safe space. If you fuck around the spirit team, that's conditions, help you fuck the fuck out. Alright, with that being said, we come here on this Thursday. One second. Trying to make the sound a little bit better for you all to hear me. And it failed. It didn't work properly, or I don't think it did. So I am repeating myself just in case. Alright, with that being said, shop friend of Dorothy. Use the code Naomi Wynters 10. That elasticity in your skin here. Naomi Wynters 30 Days of Gratitude Journals available exclusively on Amazon. That is linked on my website and the blog post. As we continue, I've been updating my site and correcting it to be more personalized, more informative, explain more on the process of things that were not explained. Someone just doing a bland general response or description on things that I still have to go back and edit, which is, it is what it is. Today's energy card pull is the dice card. It's robot number 39 in numerology. 3 and 9 make a number 12, and the 12 is 1 and 2, and that breaks down to a number 3. And 3 means your spirit guides are with you. As far as the dice card, keywords for that card are gamble, risks, game playing, blind, faith, uninhibited, boldness, playing with fate. Astrology ruling this card is fire signs. Timing is unpredictable. Let's take a look at this. It's a dice card. A little blue pill for me. As always, welcome back to my channel. Again, I do come to you with love, light, and healing energy. I hope you are tuned in. I hope you've been cleansing your energy. You've been balancing yourself. Don't teach me to swim. I've mentioned it a few times. We're gonna, that's our musical moment of the day. We'll talk about flow when I come up here, but not while I'm going under. Not while I'm going Alright, so that is our song for today. Um, that's a song about like, are you being weighed down by a lot? It's all weird. There's a bunch of different interpretations. There's a lot of different emotions that came through in writing this song and recording it. The overall feeling is like, don't teach me to swim while I'm drowning. So it's like, you already see that I'm drowning and you're telling me to swim. There's historical facts about that. Racist assuming black people can't swim to begin with and trying to throw them in the water, or people have been thrown in the water as a means of learning how to swim. It's drown or save yourself. And in a world where that still exists, Nolan Wells, or wherever else, other people assuming just because people are black they can't swim, etc. So not only that, it's like you could be in emotional pain and you could be um, needing someone to lean on, needing to talk to somebody. This could be an instance where you're already bogged down with life and you're living paycheck to paycheck and you just need a little bit of extra help, but somebody is piling more issues on you. This could be whatever fits into that boat. But this is definitely a song that's not like necessarily like a breakup or bad. It's more so just someone speaking up for themselves, saying, look, I already have a lot of shit going on, like I don't need your extra shit. There are a lot of different ways you can interpret that song. So in your own time, if it sounded muffled or you didn't get a moment to like thoroughly process, go back and listen to it. It's called Don't Teach Me to Swim. It is one of my songs. It's here on the Releases tab on YouTube, or you can listen to it on any of the streaming platforms. So listen to that song and take your own understanding from it. But it's definitely meant to uplift you and to let you know if you are struggling with anything or you are feeling bogged down or weighed down, that you are hurt, and it's not a feeling that you're going through alone or that's unfamiliar to other people. So whatever the circumstances are, how heavy or how light, definitely listen to that. Okay, so this is my energy card pull with the dice card. So let's get into the reading for today. Again, it's all original. Yay! That was a song that I was going to include on my Tides of Temptation EP, but I did not. I put it on this album, the Dom album. I thought it fit better, just the sound, and just overall the lyricism. I thought it was a nice segue between interludes or between halves of the album. The Hierophant, traditional teaching. This could go with what I just talked about. People feeling that they have to do things a certain way, trying to bog someone down to make them give up, trying to weigh them down and say, well, if you want it bad enough, then you'll power through it or you'll endure all of this. So again, whatever this traditional teaching, it could have been a hazing, it could have been just some bullshit that's tradition that's unnecessary. There's a death in this situation. Death doesn't necessarily mean someone dying, but there is an ending created here because, again, you stood up for yourself, you powered through this. And there are people that are in deep anguish or pain here. You trusted your intuition. You use your intuition to decide, not your emotions, your heart or your brain. You let your intuition say, no, this isn't right for me, and you listen to it. And temperance here, because you were patient in this situation, your patience and balance brought you forward, brought you into an energy of being dependable and goal-oriented. We talk about this, showing up for yourself each day, going through the pain of pushing forward. You're tired, you are worn out, you just want a day of rest, you just want some time to rest, right? So you're worn out and you're just like, But you're patient with yourself on those days where you're weighed down. And those days then it's harder, make it easier on the easy days, right? And when those harder days come around again, you've already endured them, so you can push through. What else do we need to know today, Spirit? So traditional teaching right in your lap here. They're cherished memories that are going to pop right into your lap, or that are being set in your lap. Something that's going to slide into your lap. That's a memory, not necessarily a person, but there are cherished memories here that are right in front of you that you're able to grasp and to use to remind yourself of who you are, to push forward from what you've been through. This is like being an important part of someone's story. It's like losing a lot of your own memories, but someone else or other people that were a part of those memories cherish those memories, so they're able to share those memories, and it brings them back to you. It brings them back to a place of comfort. It brings them back. And this isn't necessarily people that did you wrong. It could be people that just came into your life, had those good memories, and then you never saw them again. You know, it's not necessarily they took anything. They just created some great memories with you. Maybe even took notes on you and like, gosh, I like that person. Um, but yeah, the divine alignment didn't keep them aligned, but they aligned to move somewhere else. So this is again Six of Cups, cherished memories that are falling into your lap. But because of these cherished memories you've made with people, a lot of these are good memories. There's the Ace of Coins here. These are people that, while others were creating smear campaigns or trying to bog you down to make you give up on yourself, or make you come crying and running back to them, you're getting an abundance, a new abundance from because of these memories. There are people that are like, no way. It's like we're gonna play which Destiny's Child song is it? But the lyric is, "There's 10 times more who love me." I'm gonna tell you. I can tell you what song, but I'm not gonna tell you. Go do some research. But it's basically the amount of people that love you is way greater, and even when you don't see it, because I don't see it and feel it a lot of times too. Um, but I'm so busy focused on goals. You could be so busy focused on goals or trying to not drown in everything you have going on. There are 10 times more people that love you than the ones that hate you. Even when groups come together to hate you or hate on you, it's because someone lied and created a smear campaign. And when these people open their eyes and start getting to know you for you, or understanding you for you, understanding your boundaries, seeing the reality and the truth of the people around them, then these are the same people that feel bad. They don't know how to reapproach you, but they now are in this regretful energy of, I wish I would have treated them better. That's okay. That's part of the learning curve, learning process, and growing up. Um, so while we're here, we're embracing our new abundance, because the people that love us, they're pouring into us. The people that have these quality memories with us, they're pouring into us. Again, some of these people are just bad people that are like, I shouldn't have done that. There are some regretful people. There are some people that are like, I can't believe you did that. This person is always da 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 da. And several of these people can go down and list on and on and on. So again, it's the Ace of Coins energy. It's this new abundance here. You're getting this new abundance, and with this new abundance, there's a euphoric lover here. Maybe it's a partner coming in, a soulmate or twin flame. Maybe it's just you embracing yourself and being happy being alone. Some of you are asexual. Some of you are let's make it real. Some of you have given up on men. Some of you have given up on women. Some of you have given up on people. Some of you have embraced being an alien at this point. And it is what it is. So some of you are just grasping and pouring into yourself and loving on yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you embrace this before clever here. However, there is hidden deceit here about the glorious twin. So it's like you could be moving in silence and winning. You are moving in silence like the G in lasagna, baby. So it's like, or the L in salmon. So it's like you are in this energy of making quiet moves, quiet on the creek. You're celebrating in silence, or in hell. There are even people that are around you that are like, no, you're not celebrating in silence anymore. We're coming in to celebrate you. You've worked so hard. There are people that are like, no way, you're not doing this by yourself anymore. Like, you've done a lot of work. So there are people that want to come in and that are going to come in the Six of Wands, this glorious twin. This could even be this overcoming adversity. This could even be you overcoming your thoughts, your depression, you're feeling loneliness, you're feeling isolated, not hearing the cries of the people that cherish you, value you, and love you. This is withstanding adversity, getting out of your own way. We've talked about standing in our own way. This is overcoming the obstacles. This is overcome being bogged down or weighed down. This is you pushing forward, and this is again withstanding adversity. So you overcome the issues um, that you've had to deal with, whether self-inflicted, whether from others pushing on you, projecting their own insecurities. But you withstand adversity. You have this win, and you continually quiet on the creek. I keep saying, I'm saying creek, but it sounds like queek. And I don't say it that way. Knight of Coins here. This is the energy of patience to succeed. This wasn't an easy feat. This was um, a tremendous. That's not what we want. It was a tremendous feat. This was a heavy battle. This was a long and draining war, maybe with yourself, maybe with outside sources. This is the energy of destiny swappers fighting hard to keep what they stole. This is the energy of you just laughing in the face of it. It's giving a Kuna Matata, Timon and Pumbaa energy. It's like, you know what? Kuna Matata, bitch. And it's like, you've embraced this mentality, and because you've done so, these other parties, other people that have done this are in deep anguish. It's like you keep coming back and you're correcting them. It's like they underestimated you. It's like the hyenas laughing at everything and Scar being annoyed that he got played. Since we're on the Lion King today. So it's like, boom, the hyena's laughing at everything, even when they fuck up. And Scar's like annoyed because he tried to bank on Simba's naivety. He tried to project his wrongdoing on Simba and make Simba feel downtrodden and bogged down and weighed down and guilty for something that he didn't do. And it took Simba how long? Almost the whole movie, the whole process to like meet Timon and Pumbaa and learn Hakuna Matata, and then finally bump into Nala, and it's like, what are you doing? And so he had to go back and reclaim his throne, his rightful place. So that's where you are now. It took you time to get out of your own way, to quit feeling guilty for things that were out of your control. You're only responsible for what you can control, your reactions, how you treat others. Um, Sometimes you gotta do a little belt to ass or read them for filth online, but it is what it is. And then other times, it's you have to show up. Um, you have to take whatever with a grain of salt. You have to focus on pouring kindness rather than being stern or being the evil bitch that you are or can be. It's like people feel like you're positive or you choose to be positive and you choose to be kind and you choose to be in this higher energy, but they act like with that there isn't a dip into the negative energy. Remember, the higher you vibrate, the equivalent of the lower you vibrate. So, baby, we can be as high as you want to say the angels in heavens, or we can go as low as hell. It's no more you go low, I go high, baby. No, 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 no. If you go low, we're going to hell. We're going to sit there. We've said this before. Respect. If you don't respect me, I don't respect you, and you come at me sideways, I come at you. So you've had this is the energy of patience to succeed. You're embracing that and understanding that, embracing and understanding that every response isn't necessarily for you to be defensive and crash out on. And sometimes people need grace and understanding. What about Mufasa, Lion King Mufasa? But it's also understanding that you have to reciprocate, or you sometimes need to mirror back people's energy. And usually when you're mirroring back people's energy, especially when you showed up in a place of kindness and patience or understanding, those people usually crash out and they're angry as fuck because you're being a mirror of them and they can't copy you. It's like let's say you have naturally good luck and you decide you want to share that luck with someone or let someone in on that secret. Okay, boom. So then their friend group or friends now want to come around and try and drain you of that luck or whatever, or be buddy buddy with you. They don't necessarily like you, they like what you have or what you can do. Does that make sense? So instead of allowing that or allowing them around or someone you say no to, they get mad. It's like you never said yes before. Beyonce song. The first time I said no, it's like I never say yes. Um, and it's like, but then again, this is somebody that's never genuinely been there, been supportive, ever been kind to you. It's like always been around and just creating issues in your life out of jealousy and spite. Um, and maybe because you even said no immediately, you could have read their energy and you're like, no, I don't want to be around that, involved with that, you're not welcome. So again, this is the energy of patience to succeed. You understanding your path, you understanding your alignment, you understanding your process, you understanding your gifts, whether spiritual, whether physical, or whether mentally. It's like somebody tried to play on your mindset. Maybe you've been watering yourself down to not make other people feel uncomfortable. Maybe you have been, um, what do we call that in today's society, masking. Maybe you have been um, withholding your weird in fear of being judged. Embracing your weird is going to set you free every time. Maybe you're nervous because you've shown interest in people and they've shown interest in you and you said, too nerdy for me, and you felt like you've done something wrong. Nothing wrong with what you've done. Maybe you're too um, turned on by someone that you see and you try to hold back on that or control your emotions in that instance or that aspect. Maybe you get feral a lot and you're just trying to hold back, but maybe that person's into you because you are genuinely into them and they're not used to that kind of attraction and they like it. You know, your circumstances are always different. You have to sit and evaluate. This is what I tell you, to sit with your thoughts at least 10 minutes a day or longer if you can, not just meditating, not just clearing everything, not just venting, but understanding you, thinking, deciding, writing down, learning. So to get here, to patience to succeed, you had to go through some heartbreak, some deep emotional pain. It wasn't just a red carpet that you were allowed and you skipped down or hopped down the yellow brick road with nothing happening. Even when we talk about the yellow brick road, there were distractions. There were issues along the whole way. There was torment. There was torture. There was um, evil flying monkeys sent to from the path. But every time it was like back to the yellow brick road, getting to the end, and to find out getting at the end of the yellow brick road, the power was in you the whole time. So instead of you getting to the end and learning that the power's there the whole time, or by the way, Belinda was a bitch because she could have told her in the beginning, click your heels 3 times so you can go home, but she went through all that, which is again divine timing. Um, you're learning that to get to the end, whether you do it for the plot or whether you do it out of curiosity, it's like now you're understanding along the way that at any point you can click your heels and go home. But for strength, for growth, for understanding, you're working through the end. That's what that dark night of the soul. Instead of running out of that tunnel or that darkness, you're sitting and you're processing and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So you went through heartbreak, deep emotional pain. It could have been divorce. It could have been friend breakups. It could have been leaving a job that you loved. It could have been leaving family behind. A lot of this is not easy stuff to deal with. It's like whatever it is. It could be you were the one that removed yourself from your family. It could be you divorced. You had to give up rights to something, a kid, or you had to distance yourself, or you had to deal with someone um, being separated. From you. Maybe then we've talked about this. People in the military. Maybe they're in the military and they got shipped overseas, and you stayed here. So it's like you're missing that person. But you had to process a lot and deal with a lot of deep emotional pain. Um, and you were learning how to swim, you're already bogged down, blah, blah, blah. So it goes back to reference and don't teach me to swim. So you went through that, you dealt with that here. Patience to succeed through this. And now you're in this energy of the 9 of coins, which is a prosperous victory here. So it's like you got to the end of the tunnel and it's a payout. Okay, so you went into the casino with $100 and you're down to your last dollar, and your last dollar you win $100,000. Not saying that it's gonna happen, it could happen, and it may have happened. But boom, or you win that $100 back that you just lost on other machines. So you get this prosperous payout. You won $150 back. You got your $100 back, and you got $50. So you came out. So it's very much a prosperous victory here, and the fruits of your labor are paying off. Goes into, doing the work, paying and playing. So now you're in the energy of setting priorities. Priorities are for you to be in alignment with the best version of yourself, with things that are helping you grow, helping you elevate. I know every one of these is not a romantic reading, and we're not looking for that. We're looking to see what the energy tells us. This could be aligning you with a better job. This could be aligning you with better opportunities. 3 coins. This is the energy of you being more than likely provided with the tools to continue expounding on your foundation. This is the energy of you being able to use the knowledge you've obtained, the strength you've obtained, being able to build that foundation more. So, like my website, like having it kind of rebuilt and put together by other people, I've had to slowly go back in on that foundation and expound more to make it more personalized and less of a general template or reference point for other people. I watermarked videos of costume, or a video of costumes, and it was just going to be one video that clicked through looks, but I realized that some people are going to want to look at one individual look and see how that works. So now I have to take individual videos in the studio and I have to watermark those. It's a little bit tedious because it's a bunch of stuff I have to carry out, and I have to go set up the whole look, and it's fine and I'm okay with that, but it's just it's a lot of work that sometimes people don't want to admit. So when I get that done and adjust the quality of the videos, make sure the lighting's right and the images look true to, the imagery looks true to what the costumes and the garments look like, and I have to watermark over those, and my watermark's placed right over the video, so you can screenshot the image or whatever, but the source is there. I don't have to continue to keep fighting with cite the source. You're gonna see it, they're gonna see it. My statement's there. The tarot stuff, I have to go back and I have to edit that. I still have to set the membership stuff. So there'll be like a general membership, and there'll be a membership that includes an individual reading that you get like once a month with a paid membership. I think that's how it's going to work out. But I have to get in there and make sure that it's going to let me set it up that way. Understand? So it's like the foundations are there, and you have to go in and expound upon it. You have to take the knowledge and tools and make it. And it's me going back and editing work that I paid for, so I'm already frustrated, so I try not to do it. I'm being honest, so I try not to do it when I'm already moody or mad, because it just pisses me off more, because it's like the only thing you had to do was copy the website that I already built and edit it and paste all the things verbatim and how I did them. But that was not done. So it's like dealing with complicit individuals. I think that's the nicest way I can say it right now without getting pissed off again. And trying to be like, okay, I understand, but like, it's like, this is your job, so I shouldn't have to micromanage you and hold your hand. If you have questions, then you should be able to ask. Why aren't you asking me the questions? So, like, that's where the frustration leaves with me at, and it's like, me outlining and telling you step by step what to do, then I should have built it myself. So it's like, you can't do your job, so you want me to tell you to do your job. And it's like me having the knowledge to do my job, and someone coming in and telling me how to do my job without the certifications or qualifications or the knowledge or the longevity or history in doing my job. Like if I hire a sound engineer to remove buzzing noises, or to make sure the key I'm singing in or rapping in matches the music matches, then that's the sound engineer's job. But me, I can listen and see if I sound off or something sounds off in that, and I can question or state that. But otherwise, I shouldn't be telling you how to do your job. And I'm not saying, the engineer can say, you're in the wrong key or you're flat or you're sharp key. But usually, they'll go in and they'll fix and adjust and do whatnot. So it's very much that. It's like, I can speak about my experiences as a kid from a large family, but I can't tell you how to maintain your family. If you got 14 kids and your bills are paid, they're fed, they're all taken care of, nobody's needing anything, then so be it. Then you're doing a great job. But on the flip of that, if you got one kid and they ain't got shit and you're like out partying and everything, yeah, I'm gonna look at you a little bit different and a little bit odd and weird. Like, how is it you're in designer and you're partying and on trips, but the grandma's raising the kids, so the grandma's the baby? Like, do you understand? But the kid don't have anything unless the grandma provides for it. That doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to me. It's a completely different thing with people struggling with addictions and blah blah blah. I understand their circumstances vary, but at the same time, there are things in place for that. There are foundational things to help people in those situations. But anyways, you continue to show up and being all indeterminate, and justice is being served. So it's like you got out of your own way, you withstood the adversity, you're out of breath, you're tired, you're bogged down. Hell, you just want somebody to listen or a shoulder to lean on. You just want to catch your breath, and you want that moment of relief. And that's where the justice is coming in. That's why the people, Destiny Swappers, are fighting for their lives, to not give back what they stole. But it doesn't matter. It's happening. They're giving it back. See, they're in that tower moment here. It's all crashing down. Justice is served. Everything that they thought they got away with, everything's being exposed. The truth. It's like this case. Nancy Grace is on the case. So like, bitch, everything's getting exposed. People are getting access to resources. The truth is being pulled out. We all know what happens when Nancy Grace gets on it, and it's like, boom. You're at your Nancy Grace moment. These people are experiencing tower moment, and look where you're at. You're in this full energy. You're in this fearless beginning. You're getting your fresh start. You're getting a beginning despite all the hate of the people that tried to do you wrong and get away with it. You're standing fresh here. It's like people around you they have less than you. They don't have this and they don't have that. And these are people that are pocket watching because they're jealous. But when people step back and look at the reality of the scheme, people aren't looking at your intellectual property. People aren't looking at your investments. People aren't looking at your businesses, etc. And a lot of times these things just need a booster, or you're just directed into the right audience. A lot of people are looking at you as a gold mine. There are a lot of people that are hating on you because they look at you as a gold mine, or look at you as a lucky... as a lucky rabbit's foot, or a lucky charm, or someone that possesses the Midas touch. Everything you touch turns to gold. A lot of people are mad because the grass is greener wherever you are, because you water the grass where you are. You're not cutting up the dirt, cutting up the dead grass and replacing it with new grass. You're not spraying it green. You're not replacing it with astroturf. You are seeding and watering and weeding your grass. You're giving it the opportunity to grow. You're giving it the opportunity to develop. Despite the naysayers, despite the, it's not gonna work, it didn't work for me. That's great, it didn't work for you, but you're not me and you're not on my journey. You don't see my vision. You don't understand my vision, so stay over there. Stay blocked by your own adversity. Stay blocked by your own burdens. But don't come over here and project that shit to me. Now, these are also the same people that are over here projecting in one way that you tried to have on your journey, tried to help, and because it wasn't working for them and they saw it was working for you, they're mad and they're standing 10 toes down and being stubborn. That's okay. You can't force anybody to be on your journey or to be involved with you. But you can embrace your fearless beginning, the hard work that you've done. again, that grateful togetherness. And because you're stepping this fearless beginning, this second chance, this new opportunity, your person's like, the king has returned, you know? And that's what Rafiki says, right? When Simba returns to Pride Rock. Yeah? Okay. It's very much that energy. I ain't even talking about the remake. I'm talking about the 90s version, the OG cartoon. It's very much that. I'm grateful for you. Grateful for your patience. That how this person could even been forced to sit back and watch you go through this, because people go, they only got that because of so and so. They only got it. Meanwhile, you've been busting your ass for years, probably. You've been trying to include people, and you've been excluded. You've been trying to help people, and they turn around and shit on you, talk down on what you're doing. Meanwhile, they only know how to do what they do because they've been watching you, that you've been sharing your knowledge with them. And they try to compete with you where they don't compare. It's like you give a little bit of one-on-one information, and then they come in and try and attack you, hiring Etsy witches and all this other bullshit, just trying to come for you, attacking your mental abilities, your stability, your foundation, but they couldn't rock it or you. That's why your person's grateful for you. Look, they see you taking fearless actions. They see you continuing to allow yourself to move forward and embrace this unbridled joy. They see you more focused on your happiness, your peace, than the bullshit around you, leading them to be, again, to deal with the reflection of what they're projecting onto you. Spirit, what else do we need to know today, or what's remaining that we need to know in this reading? Anything. All right, 4 coins. We're trying to hold on tight to this money or this job. That's no longer happening. That's a death in that. That's over. That's done. That's finito. That's demolished. That's out of your way. Temperance and patience, or temperance here. Patience has been brought in with your balance here. You didn't get mad. You didn't get upset. You continue to pour into yourself. You stood in the energy of ethics over emotions. It was a grimy situation, but you moved clean. It was like oil and vinegar in this situation. Vinegar, salty, bitter people all around you. You were oil, and you just slid right on through that vinegar. You didn't mix with it. Now, a little emotion could have happened in some little places, but that's because that was forced. You continue to stay in the energy of ethics over emotions and doing what's right. And again, Knight of Coins here, patience to succeed. Patience to succeed. Feel like this isn't right, I'm not going to cave, and continue to do what's right and what's best for you in this situation, focused on you. And little do you know, you built an empire foundation. You continue to build and add, and now all these other people are grasping at straws, and you've been moving silent. You've been that G in lasagna. And they're all looking to you. What's the next move? What's gonna be here? What are they gonna show? And you're in this chariot energy here. Persevering willpower. Moving forward. Pushing through it. Look, where does it take you to that euphoric love? Euphoric choice here with the Lover's card here. So whether it's you choosing yourself and you're winning and pouring into yourself, or someone coming in and choosing you, you've done it. You continue to allow yourself to grow. You continue to show up for yourself. It's daunting. Some days it's monotonous, but it is what it is. So with that being said, if this message resonated with you, this song resonated with you, please like the video, leave a comment. Thank you for subscribing today. Remember, you showing up is great for me, it helps me, but it's even better for you because you're setting yourself up for success. You're remembering that you're not alone, and most of all, you are just taking a moment to get yourself grounded and your day started. So round of applause for you showing up today. Pat on the back for you being accountable. Continue to drink your water, mind your business, mind your businesses, and drink your water. Continue to go outside, go for that walk, get that fresh air in, put your toes in the grass, the sand, hug a tree, some salt water, dance in the rain, take in the sunshine. It is Thursday. Thursday. Hell, maybe you need to reward yourself by having a drink. If you drink, maybe you need to reward yourself by having dessert for breakfast. I don't know, but find a little thing to reward yourself today for joy without pushing your limit, without destroying your progress, without um, feeling regretful or sad. And when you reward yourself, don't feel bad. I mean, exhibit some self-control, and that could be what some of you need to work on, self-control. But reward yourself, and um, keep showing up for yourself. Again, I love you if no one has told you yet today. And thank you so much for tuning in. As always, smile, be kind, and feel your beautiful. Have the day you deserve, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. And I'm working on your individual readings to figure out how that works in the membership. For those of you that are interested, I will still do the collective readings, but on the website, it'll be a membership, and you get all kinds of other stuff that comes with it. And yeah. I'm just trying to make sure I make it worth your while. This will be stuff exclusive to the website, not stuff that I'm going to put on social media elsewhere. I consider Patreon, but I have a website, so I've had a website. Anyway, so as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your subscribing. Thank you for streaming my music. Thank you for hitting follow, shoving friend to Dorothy, checking out the Naomi Wynters Gratitude Journal, supporting drag, being an ally to Black people, a loud and proud ally, being an ally to LGBTQ plus people, being an ally, hell, to the atheist people, the people that don't necessarily subscribe to community standards. We love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, thank you for being polite in my safe space, and continue to stand strong in your own. We'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.